All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rachah double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and also honor and salutation to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word of sincerity and truth. All right, so today I wanted to talk about uh, the time of Jacob's trouble. I think I did a show about it recently, but the topic came up again. We were, the bros that have the Camp Heads chat um, was talking about, how you got these other camps that really believe, or other folks. I don't know if it's a camp in particular in this case. Excuse me. I don't know if it's a camp in particular in this case, but I think his name was Big Levi was the channel name, if I'm not mistaken. Bear with me for a second here. Not to give anybody like that any shine, but just because I said it was a camp, I want to make sure I'm accurate. I don't know. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Bear with me for a second. Just a second. Yeah, Big Levi is the channel. I guess you can go over there and see what he's talking about. But be in peace, brothers. Be in peace. There's no time of Jacob's trouble. Be in peace is what he was saying. And again, as we keep saying, that's not accurate. You know, there's going to be things that we have to go through, and that's just comes with the territory. And the Lord Yahweh Shai was the greatest example of that. You know, he is the personification of the formula, right? Matter of fact, let me go here. Let's see. I'll go here, and I'll also go to. What's that? Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra 7, and I'll start. You know what? I'll start at 1. It says, "And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. Excuse me. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?" Right. So this is the formula. Even when you think of like the elder Adam brought out, he talked about, like from this scripture, how it speaks to there being fire on one side and water on the other side. he spoke to that being like how it is, how it was in a whole, where you have the flood and then the end being by the fire, and that space in between is that path through, right? And and he spoke to that, and and saying that uh you have to go through that middle part, right, to make it to the end, right? And that was his point in saying that. And this is the formula, right? This is the formula that has to that you have to go through in order to receive salvation, right? And Lord Yahweh Shai was the example of it. He showed that the way to glory was through suffering. Matter of fact, let's do this. I think that's in. I want to say. Okay. This is 1 Peter 5:10. This is not the one I was looking for. But I'll read this one. This is 1 Peter 5:10. It says, "But the grace, I'm sorry, but the power of all grace, who hath called us into his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you." Right. So after you suffer, right, that's when you're made to be perfect. But I'm looking for. I wanted to say it's Hebrews 5. Let's see. Oh boy. Right here, go right here. This is Hebrews. I'll start at 7. It said, "Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered," right? "And being made perfect," right? "He became the author of eternal salvation unto all of them that obey him," right? So he was made perfect by suffering, right? This is the formula, right? Another scripture to go to. What is it? Yeah, Sirach. No, not 1, 2, and 5. Sirach 2 and 5. It says, For gold is tried in the fire, right? And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity," right? This is the formula, right? When you go back even to Genesis, when the Lord said that we would have to toil for our food, that's the formula. You can't receive something unless you've done some work for it, unless you've gone through something for it. Look, the analogy of the penny, right? The men had to go and work for that master to receive that penny. You see? So that's the formula that the Lord put out there. We're not going to receive glory unless we follow that same formula. Matter of fact, another scripture. This is Romans 8, and I'll go straight down to the point. Verse 17, it says, "And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together," right? So you see, the suffering came before being glorified. That's the formula that needs to be followed, right? And there are certain people, and it's such an obvious formula, right? That I wonder if these people are just, because you got this thing where as long as it's different from what GMS is saying, it doesn't matter if it's accurate according to the scriptures, right? So there's that part, right? And then there's another piece where, they may be believers, but they just might be scared and they're allowing their fear to rule the things that they say, right? And then there's another part where these people could just be agents, man, and just out there talking shit. But those are the things that it makes you think about, right? Because the formula is so obvious, right? There's hundreds of scriptures that talk about having to suffer. Um, Matter of fact, I have it pulled up over here. Where's my mouse? Matthew 7. Was it 7:13? Yeah. Matthew 7:13, it says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat," right? So the straight gate, as we know, let's look it up real quick. That's a good word.
Strong's G 4728, stenos. Stenos.
Right? Let's see what this says really quick. Yeah, look at it says to cause or make to stand, to place, put, set, to bid, to stand by, in the presence of others, in the midst, before judges, right? Before members of the Sanhedrin, to place, to make firm, fix, establish, to cause a person or a thing to keep his or its place, right? That's beautiful. But what came to mind when I saw this stenos just now here is it looks like a lot like strenuous, right? So let's look really quick. Look up the word strenuous, and then I'll read 7:13 again. Where's my Google? I think that's how you spell it. Yeah. Strenuous, requiring or using great exertion. All your muscles need more oxygen during strenuous exercise, right? So that's what that word reminded me of. I don't know if they're related at all, but when I saw that, that's what I thought of. All right, so let's read this again. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, right? For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in there at," right? So straight is what? A position of difficulty, right? When you think of a straight jacket, right, that is a difficult position to be in. It's hard to maneuver outside of being tied in those straights, right? So that's the formula. That's what we're going to have to go through in order to receive the glory, man. That is the payment that we're gonna have to give to receive the goods, if you will, right? And again, I got some scriptures written down here. If you pay close enough attention, you'll find that that's the formula. That's what is required. That you're not gonna get into the kingdom, right? just just on easy street, man. You know, you got it, don't. This is why I say don't allow your fear to rule what the things that come out of your mouth. Is it true? It should be your main focus, whether or not a thing is true, right? So that you can be in all things you can be accurate, right? And not allowing the things that you feel inside your heart, your fears and your doubts to rule you, man. You are and to boot, whether or not you teach it, you're still gonna go through these troubles. This is not up to you. This is not up to your mind where you say, oh, there ain't gonna be no time of Jacob's trouble. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. You know, This is going to happen. The time of Jacob's trouble is going to happen. What you should do is pray for a mind. You should pray for the faith to endure the time of Jacob's trouble, to have the spirit of endurance. All right. Um, so let's go to this first one I have written down. Um, Ephesians. I should have typed it. Bear with me for a second. Go a long way around. This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Right? The days they take. Well, let's look up this word evil. In case you didn't know, let's see what it says. Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed and harassed by labors, bringing toils, annoyances, perils of a time full of peril to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble. Bad, of a bad nature or condition, in a physical sense, diseased or blind, in an ethical sense, evil, wicked, bad. You see? The Lord told you, look, or Paul in this case, through the Spirit, I guess I'm comfortable saying that. The Lord, um, where is it? It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil, right? So what is he saying, right? He's telling you to walk circumspectly, right? Which we learned means to look around, right? Circum meaning circle and spec to look, right? To look around meaning, to have a certain level of keenness, right? And sharpness in your walk, right? To look around and understand what time you're in. Yeah, and this was written 2,000 years ago. So imagine now, right? What does it say? What is that? What is it? I think it's Verse 13-11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." You see, no, I mean, I guess being afraid is human nature, right? Matter of fact, I have to read this since I said that. I think it's not giving us a spirit of fear. I wanted to read. Oh shit! I'm spelling everything wrong. Here we go. First, 2 Timothy 1:7. Salakia. 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Right. So it's funny. I feel like I'm contradicting myself here, but there is this dichotomy, right, where it's human nature to be afraid of the unknown, right? But look, Paul's saying here that the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, right? Like it's it's funny because it's a catch 22 because you feel like don't think of it, right? I would say like Think not on the bad things, right? But then again, think on the bad things so that you can be prepared for them, man. And really, I wanted to mention that too because it's a beautiful thing that's happening. Sunday when we got together for camp, the elder Adama and I spoke about just the mindset we were in. I told him that I was, I was low that morning, and when I was in prayer, I got emotional, right? And I was, in prayer, and when I came to meet the brother, I shared that with him, and his response is, as we always do, yo, bro, same here, bro, same here. So we had that conversation, and then yesterday to go through um, the group chat and to hear all the other brothers are thinking of the same thing, that preparing their minds for the things that we're gonna have to suffer, right? The elder Yashawamba said this, and it's always stuck with me. He said that he prays that the Lord brings the hard times so that we can hurry up and get through them. And forgive me if I'm mincing your words, brother, but he said so that we can hurry up and get through them and get to the other side. And that always stuck with me, man. That because there's a level of callous that you have to ask for that type of thing, you know. And that's what you should be praying for, the spirit of strength and perseverance, man. You know. So let me continue on. I'm talking a little bit. Uh, let's go to Philippians. Philippians 1. Philippians 1 and 27 says, only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind striving together for the faith of the gospel, right? Um, it says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation, and that of the Most High. And here's the point here. For unto you it is given in the behalf of Hamashiach, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, having the same conflict which ye saw in me, and now here to be in me. Right? Saying we gotta suffer too, man. We have to suffer too. Paul followed the formula. Peter followed the formula. Right? Not much is written about the other apostles, but I have to believe that they followed the same formula, right? They were persecuted, right? Um, of course, the Lord Yahweh Shai followed the formula, right? This is what we have to do. We have to go through these things, man, right? And you may have to die. That's a real thing. You might have to die for the truth in this, and that's okay. And that's okay. You know. One of the brothers yesterday said that what are they doing every day? What are they reading, or are they reading? Right? Because like I said, it's apparent. It's very clear that we'll have to suffer these things. You know. So continuing on, the next chapter. Yeah, this is good too. This goes back to um, what I read in Hebrews. This is Philippians 2 and 5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushai." Right? What mind was in him? His mind was set on fulfilling the will of the Father. Right? Following that formula that was set for him. Right? Who being in the form of the Most High thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death. Right? Even the death of the cross. Wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him. You see? Wherefore, this is like to say, this is the reason, or this is why. The Most High hath highly exalted him. Why? Because he became obedient unto death, man. Right? That what did it say here? I thought it just said something about the cross. Yeah, the death of even the death of the cross. Right? That's what he was obedient to. He had to suffer that, and he did it. Right? And what does it say? In the opening of that piece, it says, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua." You see, it says that at the name of Yahushua every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahushua Hamashiach is Lord, to the glory of the power, or let me say it this way, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. You see, right? He wasn't glorified until he suffered, man. But you got people that want to be glorified before their time and before they go through anything, which is cowardly, man. All right. I have Philippians 2:21 written here. I don't remember what it said. Let me see. Yeah. This is Philippians. This is I wanted to read this because this was speak to what I opened with. This is Philippians 2:19. It says, "But I trust in the Lord Yahushua to send Timotheus shortly unto you, that I also may be of good comfort when I know your state. For I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your state. For all seek their own, not the things which are Yahushua Hamashiach's." Right? So he was saying this of Timothy, right? Or Timotheus, right? That I can send him to you because I know that he is going to be in a position of servitude, right? In the care of your state. I know he's going to be like I am, right? And he said, for all seek their own, not the things which are of Yahushua HaMashiach's, right? But ye know the proof of him, that as a son with the Father he hath served with me in the gospel, right? So in other words, most people are worried about themselves, right? And how they feel about something. But you know this guy. You know him, and that he's like me, right? As a father is with the son. He served with me, right? And this is what makes someone say that there won't be a time of Jacob's trouble. They're seeking their own pleasures. They want to make it easier for themselves, and they're not concerned about what the Heavenly Father wants brought forth. You see? All right. Continuing on. Yeah. Got some more Philippians here. It's Philippians 3:10. It says, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death, if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead. Right. So if I'm gonna attain to his resurrection, right, I gotta be